Good morning, everybody. You had a dog in my face.
It was our first night we slept here at Silver Dollar Campground. Had a good night's sleep. Getting dressed. It's a little cold outside. We're fogging up the windows. Everybody knows that Texans are just full of hot air. First date made some coffee this morning, good coffee.
Oh, I haven't had a drink of it yet.
And then we're working on breakfast. This morning we're going to have bacon, potatoes, and egg scramble. I'm looking real cute with my hair all sticking out. That's what you look like when you go camping.
So I packed our ice chests with frozen water bottles, and the second day we were here I opened it and I was like, I don't know if this is working, but all the ice was still there. And then I was like, yeah, it's working. The water bottles are slowly melting, but the ice is all still there, the ice cubes. And we have these frozen water bottles to drink. That's awesome.
Wilderness toothbrushing.
This is camp tips.
Uh-oh, you just flung water onto your face from your finger.
That's okay. When you're using a Coleman stove and the canister's sitting sideways, at this icy line right there, you can see how much gas is left.
She was really enjoying it.
This is just trying to rest her head on your arm.
So, you guys know what's going on in Colorado, right?
Just high on mountains. 9,500 feet, guys. Yesterday, I felt pretty like from the altitude. Today, I feel pretty good. We had a nice breakfast of bacon and eggs. Put some potatoes mixed in. Ooh, look at all the dirt in my cufflink.
I don't think that's a cufflink. It's your pants cuff.
Cufflink.
You called it a cufflink last night. I was laughing about it. I didn't realize that you'd been calling it a cufflink.
Probably not hot enough to wear this hoodie, but I'm wearing it anyway. Probably a t-shirt and a hat would be fine. Or a hoodie and shorts would be fine. The sun's not exactly coming out today.
Here comes somebody. Let's wave at
Oh my
them.
god, the dogs hate it when people come by. My biggest fear is that somebody will camp right next to us and the dogs will bark at them a bunch.
Noodles was like, get out of here. Tell him, Noodles. You can't camp over here.
Got him. I've been debating whether or not to make a daytime campfire. I don't think I'm going to. It's not really that cold, and
I want to save that wood for nighttime. This morning, we woke up. The dogs were barking, and because the neighbors woke up. I'm really glad that they do bark. I'm not glad that they woke me up. Something weird is creeping around my van. I want those dogs to let me know. But they woke me up, and so I started peeking out the window, and right next to my window where I'm sleeping is this little pine tree, and it rained last night, and the sun was shining through all the little dewdrops, making tons of little rainbows trickling all over the tree. It was so beautiful. I cried. I'm getting teary just thinking about how beautiful it was.
that's so weird. That's so girls are weird.
I get emotional out here. Like,
There's a chipmunk messing around by our car. You see that little guy right there?
Alvin. Does that happen to you where you go out in the nature and it's just so beautiful, you're overwhelmed with emotion? I get like that when I come to the mountains because I'm just so grateful and glad to be here.
Just checking out my wood.
If you look closely, you can see the wild bird snake. Look at him. He is majestic. Here we go. Oh, there he is. He's very elusive. What a beaut. Been sitting around too long. I'm starting to get chilly. Chilly. It means you're getting cold in Texan. There's these gray big-headed birds out here that love to eat the dog food, apparently. Well, I hear them. They told their friends, and now I got two birds that are stalking our dog food bowls. I don't know, should I make it not eat the dog food? It really likes it a lot. Chazzy's not having it. Wait, there he goes. I thought I saw him back there. I see that the wild bird snake has not found what he is hunting for yet. He is in search of a small tree. Alright, birds, the wild bird snake has come back with his prize.
That was a good walk. Found a walking stick, a future walking stick. It's got sap on my hands. It was just a fallen tree out there, so I sawed off the tip. Now I'm gonna whittle down the end until it's smooth, and then I think I'm gonna wrap some paracord around it so that it doesn't leak sap on my hand when I walk. So that's the plan.
About to get this hammock hooked up. Get your butt in it. Whee! Oh, we're chilling. Chilling like villains. Nobody can tell. We're in here partaking of the nature and hanging out in a hammock. It's a dream come true.
Alright guys, there's this hammock I ordered from Amazon. It had good reviews, good ratings. I think it was 50 bucks. And it came with straps.
You remember that hammock video? Wee.
You're not supposed to swing in it.
What?
Okay, I won't say that.
Are you trying to tell me? We're just out here enjoying the nature. I have a hammock, y'all. I got a hammock, y'all. I can do this. It'd be great if I fell out of it because it'd be really funny. Good night. I'm a butterfly in my cocoon. Is it springtime? Bam! Oh my God, that's my eyes.
All right, guys, we're gonna hook this to different trees so it's further apart.
Look at this big old pea pod. I wonder what's in there. Just 2 peas in a pod. We'll check in on him later. Oh, that's fun. See, dreams do come true. If your dream is a hammock, your dream can come true. All right. I have no idea what time it is, but I'm guessing it's about midday because the sun is straight up in the sky. Way up there, straight up in there. Look at that beautiful sunshine. It's so nice. Charging up those batteries. We got a whole setup down here of everything that can charge. If it can charge, boy, we are trying to charge it. Because this burns up the gas. We gotta make sure not to burn up too much gas because we got to have gas to get out of here. All right, this is the E-Fluky. This is what we use to circulate the air in our car at night. Bird snake cannot live without this. He gets hot so easy. This has 3 settings. I think he made a video about this, so check that out. I'm gonna charge it up while I'm thinking about it. Putting my solar lights up in the dash, getting the phone charged. I have lost my phone at this point. I really have no clue where it is, but it's in this van somewhere, so we'll find it. Alright, because my hair's looking crazy. I don't have a really great setup out here. I'm just gonna wing it. You guys do French braids? Do you know how? I learned how to French braid on a Barbie doll. And that's a little head of hair, but when I learned, I was really little and my fingers were little, so it was just fine. I think my grandma was the first person to teach me how to French braid. Oh, there goes Bird Snake. We're gonna go see if we can find some water to fill up our water supply. Bird Snake's back. Here he comes. Well, the camp host came by and told us we gotta take all this crap down in Amanda terms. Basically, she said we gotta take all this crap down and put up something to protect those trees. I'm with that. I didn't really think much about it because look at these dang trees. People have been chopping all over them and cutting them and hurting them. I want to protect the trees too. So we're gonna take this stuff down and put up some little nice little cushions for them so those trees can be real nice and cozy while they're helping us out. Guys, sometime yesterday, between each of the places that we stopped, I lost my phone. Really bummed about it. I didn't have service out here much anyway, but it has all my contacts, it has personal photos and information that I need when I get back to Texas. I think it fell out on the ground at one of the campsites or one of the places we stopped, because it's been gone. So thinking about not having my phone, Burstnake's over here using his phone. There was one season of Survivor where there was a guy who was so crazy. It was really, really hilarious. They were stuck on the island and he had this rock that he would carry around with him. He would pretend it was his Blackberry. It would go off into the woods wherever, or off on the beach. I can't remember where they were at, but he would take this rock off and set off and pretend he was on his Blackberry. And I was sitting over here enjoying the view and watching Burstnake do that and thinking about that exact moment. I haven't gotten that desperate yet. I don't miss my digital leash that much yet. There's just too much beauty to enjoy.
So I was chopping firewood, and this piece, so these two pieces split apart when I was chopping. It's a knot in the wood. It's like a little tree branch in there. It's like a tree branch grew the wrong way inside of another tree branch.
Humans thought they were so smart when they picked up dowels.
And hey, this might be how humans figured out dowels.
That might be how humans figured out dowels. That's really cool.
Yeah, pretty neat. Amanda is working on some chicken noodle soup for dinner. She's chopping up carrots. Got a few hours, 2 or 3 hours till dark. Maybe even 4 hours, but it's a lot easier to cook and clean up in the daytime. So you eat dinner, and the soup's gonna take an hour or two. So we're thinking we'll eat dinner about an hour before dark, and then we'll still have time to clean up. I would definitely come back to this campground, Silver Dollar. I always go to Matchless, which is really close. If you camp in the Turquoise Lake area, Matchless is really cool if you tent camp. Matchless Campground has absolutely the best view of the sky out in the middle of the parking lot. Matchless is like a football field sized parking lot, and you parallel park all along the edges, and down each side there's about 10 campsites. But with each campsite you have to park and then walk down a little path to the campsite. But since we're in the van this year, I was like, well, let's check out Silver Dollar, see if we can pull right up to our site. We were able to get pretty close. Also, since we're camping in a place where bears live, we have to get out the food, cook the food, put the food up. That's the way it works here. You at least have to put it up at night. You never want to leave. It's like you never want to accidentally feed the bears, because if they get hooked on human food, they might end up having to get killed, you know? The chance of them attacking you, that's not the problem. The problem is once they get used to human food, then they'll start harassing campsites and start trying to steal food. And if you're camping out in the forests where you can't like put it in a bear box or in your car, you're supposed to hoist it up into a tree. There's Amanda looking for some meat. We are cooking dinner, and I normally like to make a bigger fire. I want to use a pot low over the wood, and I don't like the big flames of a big fire to just engulf my pot. So what I did was set up a small fire to just cook the food. All we do is just push these other sticks in little by little and feed the fire.
I can hear it sizzling, the meat and the veggies that are in there.
Move it this way just a little bit.
Sweat on those veggies. A little roastiness on that meat.
What we're working on is some chicken noodle soup with basically just chicken and veggies, and then some egg noodles, some spices. So basically the name of the game is just keep pushing those little sticks a little bit further into the fire, and our food will cook perfectly. Don't accidentally spread it out, because that's what we just did, and it went out and we had to relight it. You got to keep it where the pieces are crisscrossing over the spot you want to burn. But to make a fire like that, what I did was split logs with a hatchet. I think Amanda got some footage of that or some pictures. This is what I ended up with. Extra small, medium, small, large. And then every once in a while, you just put another one over. And then when the tips of all those are burned away, you kind of push them in. That's how you do it.
Burstnake is going to try to wash his hair. Burstnake likes to shower every single day. He cannot stand that hair getting dirty. He is going to brave the elements and wash his hair. with this solar shower. Looks like it's already working a little. Now that water is not really that warm.
It's cold.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. Wash that hair. Looks like it's working pretty good.
Man, I feel like $100. It feels so good to have clean hair. We've been using all sorts of like baby wipes and stuff like that, but none of that washes your hair. And I don't like dry shampoo. It's like putting powder on your head. I think it basically is putting powder on your head.
Spray powder.
Spray powder, what the hell? Spray powder, spray powder, spray powder. All right, well, I feel a lot better with a clean head. Just like we were saying, we're just feeding the wood to the fire slowly. I did put one big log on one side to kind of trap the heat in. It's working really good. Also, I'm hoping that big log will help. We've used over half of our wood. The juices are rising to the top, so we're about to reach a boil.
Well guys, you hear that in the sky? It's an airplane. It's the first airplane I've heard in 3 days. No joke, 3 days. It's the first airplane that I've heard. It's like a private plane, it sounds like. At my house, there is a plane flying over my house probably every 15 minutes. No joke. At all times, all hours of the day. And I'm really used to that. And there's a train that goes by and I'm really used to that. When you get out here and it's so quiet, like the sound of a can opening fills the whole entire canyon. It's really still out here. So quiet. The tiniest little noise. Really miss the quiet when I get back home. It's a real peaceful feeling just being out here in the nature. I think I'll move to the country someday. Get myself a little piece of land and live in the country. Ooh, there's no dog food stealing birds. Oh, it's eating carrots now? You eat everything. You think you're so funny. Well, tell me all about it. Oh, you said you were tired of eating pine cone seeds. The bird makes some funny noises.
All right, we added the noodles and Amanda's adding some more water.
I want the noodles to be able to...
Still just slowly adding to the...
So like every time somebody walks by, the dogs bark, or if there's a little bird over there trying to do anything, the dogs are barking. Oh, I'm so sorry. My dogs, they've never been in the woods before. I'm so sorry. They're just city dogs. They don't know how to be around people. Thank you for providing all the light and energy. Thanks, sun. Thanks, sky. Thanks, earth. Thanks, bird snake. So Bird Snake was telling me that he's got my jingle. Welcome to the glamorous life of Bird Snake's wife. Stuck in his head all day. It is a glamorous life. Pig cleaning up dog vomit. The dog vomited so many times on the road trip. Bird Snake cleaned it up once. Good on him. Kicking rocks. Kick rocks. That's a line in a good amount of hip-hop songs. If you didn't know, it means you better get out. Or are you getting out of there? Yeah, it means you about to.
It smells so good.
Alright, we've got our little noodles and chickens.
Mmm. Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, it's good. Alright, well, cooking over a campfire was a total success.
The recipe is carrots, onions, celery, rosemary, chicken bouillon, a chicken breast, and as much noodles as you want, boiled until it's as tender as you like, with the seasoning amount that you want. That's the recipe.
That's pretty vague. Don't burn your mouth.
It started raining, but now it doesn't sound like it's raining. Like as soon as you retreat, it stops. But it's nice to be able to retreat and get out of the rain.
One really great camper van tip I can give you that's a sure thing is store items that you need outside of the van near the doors so that you don't actually have to walk in the van. because you don't want to be tracking in the dust or dirt or whatever from outside all the time. So store the things that you're going to need outside of the van, near the doors, so that you can reach them from outside of the van or just by kind of crawling in. I figured out there's a lot of spots I could reach if I just get on my knees in the van. I can reach around to a lot of spots, and so I don't have to get in and track dirt in to get all the things I need. But when I packed, I didn't have this in mind at all, so I just thought, oh, this will go here and that'll go there. And once we actually got to camp, I started slowly migrating things that we need outside toward the doors, and it's been working really good.
Hello and welcome to van time with Bursky.
So it's about 9 o'clock at night. We're just hanging out in the van. It's 9:22 mountain time. It's cool that there's a time that's just for the mountains. I didn't know how I felt until I looked in the camera. It's cool that there's a time just for the mountains. Anybody shower thought? Mountain time? I don't know. There's no epiphany in this at all. The mountains have their own time.